1.
Good morning, everybody. I want to talk to you today about how to create your parenthetical citations. Sometimes there's a little bit of confusion about what exactly should go inside the parentheses and how it should be formatted. And so we're just going to clear things up once and for all. We're going to have some rules for how to do it. So, the question I really want you to be thinking about today is what is the connection between the works cited page and your parenthetical or in text citations? And parenthetical citations and in-text citations are synonymous with each other. They're the same thing. So if you hear someone say one or the other, it's referring to the same thing. But I want you to have this question in mind because your parenthetical citations are not randomly generated. They are generated very distinctly and directly from the long form citation. So, like I said, you need to look at that long form citation and then you need to look specifically at the first element of your long form citation. Normally, that would be the author. And if there is an author, their last name will go into the parenthetical citation. If the source doesn't have an author and if it's unknown, just make sure that you provide the title of the source instead of the author. And I want to show you an example right now from my works cited page. This is a very normal citation. It has an author, it has a title, it sort of follows all the elements that it needs to have. And so in this long form citation, since the first element is the author's name, I will put the author's last name in the parentheses, just like that. And I want to point out right here that there's no space in between the parenthesis and the text of the in-text citation. Okay, so you don't have extra spaces on either side of this. Here's another example from my works cited page. All right, so we have the HIV/AIDS epidemic in the United States, the basics, and that's the first element, and that is the title of the article. So for this long form citation, since it's the title, I'm going to put that inside of my parenthetical citation. But the title is really long, and so I'll want to shorten it so it doesn't take up too much space in my paper. So I wanted to give you some tips on how to shorten long titles inside of your parenthetical citations. The shortened title should use the first 2 to 3 words of the title, but sometimes that's not descriptive enough. So try to include up to the first noun in the title, but also you can use your discretion. Whatever makes the most sense phrasing wise to put inside of the parenthetical citation, you will probably be able to see that by looking at the title. So, let's go back to my example, the HIV/AIDS epidemic in the United States, the basics. Like we said, that's super long. And so I would like for us to make the parenthetical citation the HIV/AIDS epidemic. So here I stopped with the word epidemic. It's the first noun and it makes the most sense to end it here rather than continuing on. Also, notice how I formatted the parentheses around it. So, like I said, there's no extra spaces. And also, there's no spaces between the quote and the text of the title. So all of these things are touching each other without extra spaces. So please make sure that yours also do that. And then I want to show you 2 more examples. Okay, so the next thing that I want to do is show you these other examples. And I'm going to show you one with an article title, and I'm also going to show you one with a novel or a book title, and so you know what to do with both of those. So, the original title for this article is Eyes Off the Road: How Texting While Driving Affects Driver Response Time. That's still really long. So, the shortened title is going to be Eyes Off the Road. So, I stopped with eyes off the road because that was the most logical place to stop, even though eyes is technically the first noun, but it wouldn't be descriptive enough for me to just put eyes inside of the quotation marks. Also, you see here again, there's no extra spaces between the parentheses and the quotation marks in the text. Here's another one: The Effects of Homelessness on Adults and Children in Suburban Populations. This is a book, so the title is going to be italicized. So the shortened title is going to be Effects of Homelessness. And because it's a book, you would add in a page number for wherever you got that information. things I also want to point out. One is that there's no extra spaces right here, but also the parentheses are not italicized. It is just the title. Additionally, the number 27, the page number, is also not italicized. So make sure that you format your titles correctly within your parenthetical citations as well. Article titles are always in quotes. Since you most likely did not use books for your research, you really won't need to worry about that for this, but you do need to know that for the future. And then also, this person, they only put the page number, the actual number itself. They did not say page and then put the page number. So what I would like for you to do is I would like for you to go through your research log and for each of your sources, determine what your parenthetical citation is going to be. You can do this by highlighting the information from your long form citation that will be included in the parentheses. Or you can do it like I did in mine, where you create a separate box. So I will show you these two examples. So here's my first source. And if you scroll down, I have put right here, this is where my parenthetical citation is. And I've highlighted just to show you what you could do if you're visual and you need to highlight how you could indicate the information that would go into your parenthetical citation like that. And then for my second one, I'm going to scroll down and we see again right here, I have highlighted just the last name and put that into a parenthetical citation. So that way, anytime any information comes from this source, that is the only thing that I'm going to put after it. It's a formula, and you just need to know the formula in order for it to be a successful citation. And that is it for parenthetical citations. Go ahead and start working on that now.